and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marianna and in this channel I basically share everything that I like, from books to things about my life to books that I've written and pretty much whatever comes to my mind. Now for today's video I will be talking about Wings of Starlight, which if you don't already know but I think you might, it's the book about how Milori and Queen Clarion from the Tinkerbell movie ended up basically meeting and falling in love and their love story before Tinkerbell arrived to Pixie Hollows. Now Queen Clarion over here is not really Queen Clarion yet. The book itself takes place a few weeks before the coronation day that will basically let Clarion finally become the Queen of Pixie Hollows and succeed to the current, or at least current in this book, queen that was at the time ruling Pixie Hollows. Now, before doing that, of course, Clarion needs to sort of become stronger and master her power that were given to her by the fact that she is a queen of Pixie Hollows. She is still sort of unable to master some of those power, and on top of that, there are problems coming around Pixie Hollow around the time of her coronation. Specifically, Pixie Hollow is being attacked. Not by humans, not by parents, but by nightmares. Those nightmares are sort of creatures that no one can actually fight. As much as there are guards in Pixie Hollow try to fight the nightmare and pretty much stopping them from attacking the fairies, the problem is that there is actually no way for them to win in a certain way. There's no way to overpower those nightmares. And in all of this situation, Clarion is also being, in a certain way, undermined by the queen, current queen. She's trying her best to protect Clarion because she's the heir, and if she dies, something happens to her, Pixie Hollow will be left without a ruler. Problem is that Queen Clarion over here is young, she loves her city, and she's naive, and she wants to do her best to help everyone in Pixie Hollow, which means that she was basically lying to the queen and lying to everyone in order to save Pixie Hollow from nightmares. In this entire equation, Milori comes in. Milori, as you know, from the Tinkerbell movie, it's the Lord of Winter, the four kingdoms that are part of Pixie Hollows. At the time when they've met, he's actually the Warden of Winter. And as the Warden of Winter, his job is basically to stop nightmare from coming out of the lake that it's part of Winter. Those nightmares are in fact sort of ruling and hiding behind the lake, underneath the lake, and they're basically trying to come out and start to, ruin Pixie Hollows, rule everything. And Milori is unable, obviously, to stop them. So that's when he comes in contact with Clarion. He's actually trying to reach the Queen of Pixie Hollows, but instead of her, he comes in contact with Clarion, and that's when Clarion, lovely Clarion, wants everything for her citizens, including Winter, decide to help him out and find a way to stop this nightmare from pretty much making a mess around Pixie Hollows, as they already did. To do that, however, Clarion needs to go inside Winter, which, as we know from the Tinkerbell movie, is really dangerous for her wings because she might lose them. So here we go, she goes with a coat, she tries her best to basically keep herself warm, and that's when she adventures inside Winter to read a specific book in the library in Winter that only she, as the ruler, can access. She discovers a bit about the backstory behind nightmares and the sort of past ex-queen of Pixie Hollows, including the fact that those kingdoms were apparently allied at some point. They were actually friends at some point. And as much as she would like to have, the queen's help to fight the nightmare, she also knows that the queens will not help them because she's against Winter. She does not think Winter as their friend. And what's worse, she actually wants to cut the sort of bridge between Pixie Hollows, between the warmer season and Winter. Clarion, of course, does not want that to happen, which is why, in secret, she adventures inside Winter with Milori to basically fight the nightmare, or at least try to win them. Now, for a short amount of time, she actually managed to win, or at least she believes she did. She believes she has managed to master her power, which is something that she's supposed to do before her coronation day, because as the queen, she's supposed to protect Pixie Hollow and she needs to master her power. And when Milori and Clarion adventures into winter, spoiler alert, during one of those days, she thinks that she actually managed to close the bridge and stop Nightmare from attacking the rest of the fairies. Problem is that this does not actually happen. She's not as powerful as she thought. The Queen Clarion, or at least Prince Clarion, future queen that we have over here, it's still really young, really naive, and really dreamful about her queen. But it's a good way, I would say, because without her believing the best for Pixie Hollow, without her believing and dreaming about Pixie Hollows being united, in a certain way, the Pixie Hollows that we see in the Tinkerbell movie will not be there. Now, of course, there's one sort of critique that I have to do about this, and it's a good critique. Like, don't think about bad things. But something that, and spoiler alert, something that Clarions wanted to do was uniting Pixie Hollows, something that she cannot do because, as we know from the Tinkerbell movie, Milori has lost his wing by crossing the bridge and getting into the warmer season. How? That's something that you will see in the book, but still, she does not want that to happen again to any fairies crossing any of the bridge. However, she did make a promise that the kingdom will be united in a way that they will help each other, they will not abandon each other. If you read the book over here, you will see at the end that there is sort of a they sort of unite again, and they sort of get to know each other, speak with each other, they get friendly with each other. Something that, however, disappeared in the Tinkerbell movie. When you watch Wings of Starlight, you know they're helping each other because you know the birds come and pick up the fairy dust, food, whatever, they bring it to winter. But it still felt as if no one actually knew anything about winter, as if winter was once again a secret. As much as Clarion wanted to unify their kingdom, apparently she actually did not succeed to unify them until Tinkerbell came and, you know, the sister came forward and they decided to pretty much freeze the warmer season wings, and they come across the bridge and ski around the lake and so on at the end of the movie. As much as Clary wanted to unify the kingdom, that did not happen until again the movie. So it does feel again that there is sort of a gap, something that might have happened in the middle because it was too abrupt, straight up, direct, too like direct when they got separated. And that's something that makes me question how did it happen again, how they could have sort of separated with each other again. Because again, everyone was afraid of winter once again, which I understand, but also, I don't know, aren't you at least sending Christmas cards to each other? Apparently they didn't even. So once again, winter was alone, and based on the reaction that Milori and Clarion had in the movie, which obviously it's disconnected from this book, but you know, sort of makes you think they didn't even speak with each other anymore, which is something that Clarion said she was going to do. I was like, did you really break a promise? Apparently she did. And I was like, no, that's not fair. In all of this, be ready to cry, because it was me that I was supposed to sleep and instead I was crying in my bed for this book. How could you? I mean, that's my fault. I knew I was going to cry, so why did I decide to read this book when I was supposed to sleep? I mean, it's my fault. I know that, but like, how could you? Because this is supposed to be, I'm not going to say a children book, but it's supposed to be a children book in a way. And I was crying instead. I'm too emotional, probably, I will say that. Anyway, there are a few characters that we meet in the book that are not part of the Tinkerbell universe, at least we never met, or at least I never remember about them, and that's people like Petra and Artemis, which are basically the guard and the sort of best friend, Tinker Fairy, one and two. One is the guard, one is the Tinker Fairy that are all around Clarion. Where are they? Where did they go? Disney make a movie, make a TV series, I don't know, make a short, make a, I don't know what, yeah, one short, one of those shorts that appear on Disney every once in a while, make a short, a 2-minute short about this, just let us know what happened to them. Did they disappear? Did they get hold? Did they fly away? I don't know. Because now I want to know. I want the gossip. I'm curious. Like, I'm nosy. I want to know what happened. I, again, did really enjoy this book, and I think you will too. So, really, if you have a chance, please do go buy the book if it's still available. I hope it's still available because, by the way, they sell really fast. So, if you do like this video, and if anyway you like to know more about what I do, and again, books that I read, which are a lot, my library is gigantic. My TBR grows even more than my library. Many of those books are TBR, books to read, that I need to read, and I will, I promise, I will. But if you like to know more about, books that I read, things that I've done, and interests like books that I've written and everything, then you can subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!